Hi guys, Miss Warren here. Just a quick video to show you how to find angles using SOH CAH TOA. So we've already found sides using SOH CAH TOA, and I posted a video about that too. But now we're going to look at finding angles using SOH CAH TOA. So when you're finding angles using SOH CAH TOA, you're going to be given at least two sides, and they're going to be asking you to find one of the angles. So this right here is the note page that you already have, and it gives you some steps at the top. So as always, you're going to start by labeling your triangle, right? So we label our hypotenuse first. Then the reference angle in this case is the angle you're looking for, not the angle you have. And from that reference angle, we label our opposite side and our adjacent side. Once we have it labeled, then you figure out what function you're going to use. So if we're using the first example that's here, example number 1, you'll see that we have the adjacent side and the hypotenuse. So because we have the adjacent and the hypotenuse, we are using cos to solve. So cos theta, cos is the angle, cos question mark, cos x, however you want to write that. Cos theta is equal to the adjacent side, which is 12, over the hypotenuse, which is 20. So then you actually divide out 12 over 20. 12 over 20 gives you 0.6. And then there's actually a special button that you press on your calculator. So usually it's shift or second function. So second function, and we used cos to solve. So second function cos, 0.6 equals, and it should give you your angle. Now, if your calculator is one of the ones where you have to type things backwards, then you're going to do 0.6, then your second function or shift, and then your cos button, and it should give you 53, telling you that the angle you're looking for is 53 degrees. So what I'm going to suggest you do right now is you actually pause this video, and all of the steps are right here, right? We just walk through the example kind of quickly. All of the steps are written out for you here and everything. So all I want you to do is actually check to see if you can get that answer yourself in your calculator. And before you pause the video, on your note page, this example is also done for you. I did it before I photocopied it. So this one is done for you as well. I strongly suggest you take a moment, pause the video. All of the steps are there, and all of the steps are there for example 2 as well. Pause the video and just check to see that you know how to do the buttons on your calculator. Okay, and if you're struggling with the buttons on your calculator, rewind the video a bit and see if you can get it. If not, ask for help, right? So ask for help from me, from a friend, whoever you can find, but see if you can figure out how to press those buttons. So that's what I suggest you do right now is pause the video, try both of those out. All right, presuming you guys have paused the video, I'm going to show you how to do two more examples. And this time we're going to do them from scratch. So I'm going to do all of it with you from scratch. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to label. Okay? So we always start by labeling what? We always start by labeling the hypotenuse. So when I label my hypotenuse, it is the side that is opposite. It is the side that is opposite my right angle. I was just having technical difficulties. So it's the side that's opposite my right angle. So this side here is my hypotenuse. Then the reference angle is the one that we are looking for. So this one here. So I'm going to draw an arrow from here to here, and that tells me my opposite side. And then last but not least is the adjacent side. So then I'm going to look at the information that I have. And usually people find this a little bit easier because this time one of them is not x. We actually do have two sides. So I have the opposite, right? There's a number here written with my opposite, and I have the hypotenuse. So O and H. So I'd look at my SOH CAH TOA, and I'd see that SO has both O and H in the same acronym. So that's telling me I'm going to use sine to solve. So sine theta or sine question mark, sine x, however you want to write that, is equal to the opposite side, which is 7, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 16. And then you're actually going to divide out 7 by 16. So we divide out 7 by 16. We get 0.4375. Then it's the fancy footwork in your calculator. So you're going to do second function or shift. And it should come up like this. So second function or shift, and then 0.4375. Or again, perhaps for your calculator, you need to type 0.4375 first, and then second function sign. And when you do that, you should get an answer of 25.9. So we could say that this is 25.9 degrees, or we can actually round that up to the nearest whole number to say that it's 26 degrees, whichever you prefer. A lot of the time with angles, I will ask you guys to round to the nearest whole number. So you would round to that 26. For now, I'll leave it to you. So you can either round to one decimal place or the nearest whole number. So moving on to the next example, I'm going to label my hypotenuse first. Then I am going to label my opposite side and my adjacent. Then I'm going to look at the information that I have. So 3 is an opposite, 5 is an adjacent, so O and A. There's nothing up here with H that's going to help me, right? So I could actually even erase that if I want, right? Because I don't need it. I don't need those arrows anymore either. So just to make it look a little nicer. All right, so if we have O and A, you look at your SOH CAH TOA. Write out the little thing this time. And when we look at SOH CAH TOA, you see that TOA here on the end has both O and A. So it's telling me that I'm going to use the TOA portion. And TOA stands for tan of the angle. So the angle is actually what we're looking for. So tan of the angle is equal to the opposite side, which is 3, divided by the adjacent side, which is 5. So tan theta is equal to 0.6. Now the fancy footwork in the calculator. So second function tan or 0.6 and then second function. Either way, we should get an answer of 30.9 degrees or 31 degrees, however you want to write that. And that's it. So just make sure that you start by labeling your triangle. So we start by labeling your triangle. Then you're going to figure out if you're going to use SOH, CAH, or TOA. Set up your ratio, divide out your ratio, and then second function on your calculator. And that's it. So best of luck. Enjoy.